Yeah. Check. Check 1, 2. Oh. Where you at, chat? I know you hear that Super Saiyan 3 shit. Let me share this shit out so that people know. I got the link right here. Boom. It's smooth, good. I'm gonna put the, where is it? There it is.
I told you I wasn't going to go easy on you. You're on your own.
You can't leave me. That's cruel.
Hey, guess what? Sometimes, kid, life is cruel. And don't you forget it.
Yo, shouts to the new sub. All right. I'm trying to share this shit on like Blue Sky. Hold on.
The first thing you need to do is learn how to take care of yourself. If you can find the courage to survive on your own, you'll be a stronger fighter, both in body and in mind.
But I'm afraid.
You'll laugh at your fears when you find out who you really are. Crying won't save you. It's time to start acting like a man.
That's a lot easier said than done.
I know you don't believe it now, but you already have everything you need to survive.
All right. Absolutely. Okay. Are we ready?
There's a great power inside you waiting to be unlocked, but it's up to you to bring it out.
Where is, here it is. Let's start the goal.
There's no room for doubt in this venture.
All right. Here we are. What is happening, everybody? We're back. All right. It's your boy Ooch. I'm out here. Back again, once again. Of course, I am with none other than my brother Ooch, the Lethal Ice Man. Y'all already know what it is. What's happening? How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? Notice I had to update. You can't see it, but if you you can see it. You like the layout?
Yeah, it's cool.
The brand new layout. I had to update the graphics a little bit. You already know. So, but yes, we're here now. We're here and ready. We're ready to talk predictions going into the final episode of Dragon Ball Daima. I can't believe we're already here. It's one of those things. Like, damn, like that kind of came up on us mad quick. Don't you think?
Kind of. I mean, kind of ready.
You kind of ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm ready, but at the same time, I ain't expecting like, Super to come back right away or nothing. Just because, I mean, I personally just know how this franchise is.
Oh,
So
and how is that?
I'm not trying to get my hopes up, them
I see.
announcing fucking, Super coming out in like the summer part or some shit like that, or even like the fall. I doubt it's like, I'd be very surprised if they do like a straight continuation.
Yeah. You are going back to work after a week break, sadly. Damn. Well,
Sheesh.
join the rest of us. But yes, as always, before I forget, I do want to shout out Poggers once again. Brought to you in part. All right, I know I got the display over. I got the whole display for you. And if you want some, there is some in there. The mango hydration. I made you one. But yes, Poggers, no artificial colors, no caffeine, no bad shit. It's pretty good for you. And I'll be sipping on this. So check it out. Link in the description. Save yourself 10% off using the code UCHIGANG. So not ready for the show to end. You know what? I feel that. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel that. Like it didn't hit me until I want to say over the weekend, where I was just like, damn, Daima's about to end. Like, isn't that like I know at first, everyone, when the show first dropped, everyone was not with it. Like, a lot of people weren't really like excited for it, and that's totally fair. But I feel like as the show kept moving and doing a little bit more and more, like I said in the video that we did, I wish I had the time to go back on all the clips and just the reactions that we did, and just to show how you changed as like a person that started off like not really caring all that much, and now we got you on the edge of your freaking seat every episode. Yeah, look, even Joey admitting it right here too. I was definitely a low-key hater at first, but it was only gotten better and better. So yeah, like it is very true. Like the show itself, like it definitely grew on a lot of people. And like I kind of fell in love with it faster early on because I understood like what they were trying to do with it. And even though like this show, the funny thing is, like, and I feel like I would learn something new about it every week. And like this time around, it was that this show originally wasn't even intended to be a 40th anniversary like series. Because of like how everything, like, I guess, happened and played out. Like, this was originally supposed to come out in 2023, and it started coming out in 2024. And so when they decided to push it a year, they were like, oh, that's the 40th anniversary, might as well market it as such. So I'm mentioning that because I think it's funny how all the callbacks and the references that they've been making in this show have been like almost like very blatant. But at the same time, it's like, oh, nope, just another happy Dragon Ball accident, because, like, that sometimes it ends up happening that way. But, oh, yeah, you know what? Hold on. I want to text Chris. And because he told me, I mentioned the theory that he told me to you off stream, and I'm going to bring it up to you guys tonight, I guess. And it's something having to do with the fusion. So I guess I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, because I do want to know what you guys are thinking in as far as what's going to happen this week. Okay? Because I feel like this is going to be something that like, you know, there's a lot of people that have been making a lot of predictions. I was listening to Geekdom show earlier today, and him and his guest Black and Fist, they were saying they were talking about, like, they spent a lot of time going over a lot of the shit that, like, we know, and I'm sure, like, our chat knows and understands. Like, there's still a lot of people that keep using canon, like the word, and they're not using it like properly. I should say, like, they're saying it they're using it in a way, like, I don't understand this, but people are still like, oh, does this canonize GT?
No.
Like, it's crazy. Oh yeah, so Demon says right here that it was questionable for me to watch this show, but I love Dragon Ball, so I was gonna watch it anyway. Well, yeah, like, that's like where I was at too. Like even if it was like a Jocko special or like something that was super minute, like, even I'll give you the manga, for example. I actually finally read the chapter 104, the new chapter that came out, and I can tell you about it because I know you're not gonna read it. And it was very uneventful. It was just like a little funny thing to do, just to, you know, I guess just to read or whatever. But I read it on stream live in front of people, and like basically, like I mentioned, it's a prequel to a prequel, which is insane. And it explains the story, the origin on how Goten and Trunks became inspired to be Saiyaman X1 and 2.
Right.
And so basically they're watching like one of the Clean God movies, and Goten's like all for it. Like, he's like, oh man, he's so cool and shit. And Trunks was not. He was like, he's kind of lame. But then they were like doing some shit at school, and they were like near one of the shooting like sets. Like, they were filming for whatever new show or movie that Clean God was doing. And so there's Clean God doing his shit, right? He's like, he's about to clean all the whatever away. And so, long story short, shout out to the super chat. We'll get to that in just a second. I will ding it though, since it did pop up.
Gimmicks.
But so basically what ends up happening is there's a robbery or something that goes on the side, okay? And everyone's like freaking out, like, oh my god, like, this is like an actual crime on a film set. And Clean God actually steps in and like apprehends the wrongdoers, saves the people. And Trunks was like, whoa. He was like, oh my god, like, Clean God, I didn't know he was for real. And at the same time, and they don't reveal this at first, but like when Trunks was about to step in and be like, I guess I'll stop this crime or whatever, Clean God noticed and told him to not go in. And Trunks was confused, obviously, because like, who is this guy? Like, why would he tell me to stop, right? And then Clean God handled it. And so basically, after the whole thing happened, they go back to Hercule's house. So also they also showed Hercule his hairline receding. So it's like, oh, we're finally getting towards end of Z, because by the end of Z, his shit was, you know, getting pushed back like that. So I saw some folks in my chat that were saying like, yeah, that's a good indication that we are very close to end of Z, right? I guess. Because we don't really see Hercule at all during Superhero at all. So we're at his house, and he's like talking about whatever, and Clean God pulls up, and he's like, oh, like, thanks for covering for my original actor that was supposed to be Clean God. You want to know who takes off the fucking helmet? Guess who Clean God was?
Who?
It was Gohan.
I was about to say Gohan, low key.
Gohan filled in, and I was like, you know, my initial reaction, I'm not even gonna lie, I was just like, really? Like, they got Gray Sandman playing Clean God? So at the same time, I was like, wait a minute, like, that's like ironic, because I guess in the Dragon Ball universe, Clean God is a fake hero, but in that moment, everyone that was around that was a bystander, they all thought Clean God's legit, like an actual hero, because it was fucking Gohan under the mask, you know? So I was like, that's kind of cool. It is what it is. But yes, okay, so the super chat was just like a little an emote that said number 1. We do appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Gamax 10 AMVs. Yo, people still do AMVs? You know what's funny? I've been like low-key thinking about like trying to make something like that. But I don't know if people actually still do them anymore. Oh, you did it on the Patreon chat? All right. Thanks for letting me know. Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder actually as well, because I wanted to pull up the Patreon anyway, because I know that you guys there was a few people that I think I might have missed when we had originally asked. But yeah, so Demon, of course, redeeming his Thriving Ozaru priority message. Again, guys, link in the description if you want to support us through the Patreon. It definitely helps out the channel. So Demon says this. So this is where we're going to start the conversation. Then you guys obviously can take it in whatever direction you want. You can bring up whatever last minute predictions you might have. Okay. So Demon says, what if there will be a season 2, but later throughout the story, imagine Glorio was inspired by Goku to get stronger and went on a long journey for true strength. But he finds an evil entity that possesses him, and there you go. Janemba. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so number 1, I'll start by saying that that's actually pretty creative.
It's creative, but why use Glorio?
And that's where I was going to go next. But I will also add that the idea of having side stories for characters that are outside the main characters is something that a lot of fans want to see anyway. I would be down to watch if it meant that we got more Dragon Ball content all throughout the years, then I'm game, because it gives us something to talk about that's fresh, and it gives the main characters a freaking break. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, personally, I think that they have to start. There's no easier way to say this. They got to start growing some fucking Dragon Balls, okay? Because, like, the conversation of, do you think Dragon Ball can last without Goku? Okay? That's a big question to ask, or to even wonder, because Goku has always been at the helm ever since it started.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like very hard to imagine a main show without him as the main character. But I also do think it is important to maybe not phase him out, but to really bolster other characters. Like if you look at how Dragon Ball was originally intended to end by Toriyama's pen, Oob looked like he was about to be that guy. Like he was about to be like Goku's sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So also shout out to the poll that hosted for us, right? He's on mod duty, right? Everyone said that they hit the like button, or did you go even further beyond and like the live? And 69% of people super saying yes. Oh, good shit. So yeah, to wrap up Demon's idea of trying to do Janemba, I'll also say this. As much as I would like to see Janemba, I don't want Janemba to be repurposed into existing characters. Okay? Like, if at all, I would like the whole point of going back to the well and just giving us the nostalgic things that everyone wants to see in the main continuity of Dragon Ball is how they're able to repurpose and give it that like main continuity shine and polish, you know? So it's like I would want there to be certain elements that remain, that stick around. Like when you think about like how did Janemba even come to be? Janemba is literally like pure evil,
Mm-hmm.
like manifested and basically like overtaking like some poor body. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in that case, just hearing hearing it being talked about today, because it's been years since I seen that movie, but like you know how when someone dies in Dragon Ball, they have to go to King Yema and he stamps you if like you're going to hell or heaven, like officially based on like how you were in your life. So when you pass through, he then essentially like he drains. They have some machine where they drain all your evil, whatever little evil you have, and they put it in a machine, and that machine, you know, got fucked up, and it took over that dude that was like working in hell, like one of those demon or onis, I guess, and he turned into Janemba. So it's like the combination of like you just need a host body and just pure evil, and then boom, like that's how Janemba was born. Obviously, I feel like if we ever do get a main continuity, I'm not gonna say canon, a main continuity Janemba, they would have to have something similar to that. But I'm sure they're gonna change, you know, how, you know, he's actually like born or something. Yeah. But yeah, good suggestion. Shout outs to Demon for starting us off. So, all right, so Hancho, do you think it would have been better for the show and video games if they just created a new a new Goku and Vegeta fusion with the bugs instead of Super Saiyan 4? That's a good question. What do you think?
Would have been better. Nah, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think it was necessary. Like I think the fusion bug, so we think to be, I think it was just like there, like for show, like
Okay.
as a potential option, but I don't think it was what people were actually looking for, like in this show.
Okay.
I feel like people were probably looking more towards, you know, Super Saiyan 4 being likely, depending on how the show went.
Yeah.
Or you know, at minimum Super Saiyan 3. Anyone who didn't think Super Saiyan 4 was gonna happen is like iffy about the show in general.
Well, unless you
And,
were like us, like we kind of saw certain things coming, especially after Neba revealed some more of his powers.
Yeah.
And what's funny is Geekdom actually, when he brought me on his show, he announced me as someone that may have foreseen this earlier than he did. So it was a nice little mention, because I was like, oh yeah, like we've been you know making our predictions and calling things like as we see it based on like, you know, the context. But as far as my answer, I guess what I'll say is I don't think it would have made it better, because this is a show that is it's like it's giving us a new adventure and a new story, but it's also a lot of fan service. You know, there's a lot of fan service going around, but if you look at the last 10 years of Dragon Ball, I mean, they might as well call it Dragon Ball fan service, Dragon Ball FS, you know what I'm saying? Because again, we are still in this nostalgic era.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like up until we get to End of Z, I mean, we're still going to be, I'm sure we'll still be in it even then, but there needs to be, you know, some added layers of creativity going forward, like some fresh, you know, ideas and fresh things to, you know, to talk about and whatnot. So, a good question. But I guess I'll also add, just to elaborate more, continue the conversation about like the whole fusion, right? So I did a little research. I had to go back. I had to see it for myself to see if there was any actual in story like elements or evidence to just narrow down our possibilities on what to maybe expect for Friday, episode 20, the finale. Okay. And I made a post. I actually went back and I did screenshots. I took the screenshots and then I literally laid it all out. And I will sum it up. But in case you want to see it for yourselves, actually, I'll just go get the tweet and I will share it in chat right now. Let me see. 1 second. Boom, here it is. Oh wait, that's the wrong button. Sorry. Copy link. Boom. Okay. Here you go, chat. So if you guys want to see it for yourselves, there it is. And basically, I will literally read what I had wrote. Okay. So I know lots of us have been theory crafting and speculating hard about the potential fusion that we may see in Dragon Ball Daima, and here are the facts. Okay, so this is a refresher. Number one, the shopkeeper in episode 4 states that the join bug needs to be fed to 2 people. So the whole, what we were wondering how it worked, they explained it and we just forgot. I mean, that happens, you know, like, especially like something like that. And it was episode 4, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was months ago. So of course, like, that'll slip through the cracks. And I'm sure a lot of people forgot too, because every time we would talk about it, not one person would comment, oh, this is how it works. But what people did see and look back to, and just off of pure hype and probably, you know, copium, they were like, oh, there's 3 people in the picture, so maybe it's a 3-way fusion. Now, I'm going to go back to what I had originally said forever ago, when I was like, well, I think it looks like it's 2 people that are just kind of conjoined into like that one person that's going to make that one person, right?
Yeah.
So just off of looking at it and hearing the context again, it is as it is. It's one bug that 2 people have to eat. They have to split it, and that's how it works, and that makes perfect sense, right? The second thing, the 2 individuals will fuse for a while, making them stronger. So that is something that's a fact that usually happens in all the fusions that we've seen so far, even when Namekians do their syncing, which is like not necessarily fusion, but that's, you know, similar.
I mean, that's permanent.
Yeah, theirs is permanent, but again, it's like in concept, like the whole reason why the Namekians even have that type of technique is so that they can build like a stronger Namekian.
Yeah.
Right? Then we've seen Patara. Obviously, they get stronger. We've seen the Metamoran, the dance, that gets stronger, right? And the third thing is Goku immediately recognizes this as fusion. So those are 3 facts about the fusion bug that I pointed out. Now, despite the picture being speculated to be seen as a 3-person fusion, I can confidently say that that's been a huge misconception, but would make for a good misdirect if we were to believe the hype, which a lot of people have been for several weeks. A lot of people, and months, I should say. There's been a lot of people that have taken that idea and they just work with it and they run with it and just like, oh, maybe it's these 3 characters or these 3 characters. And any number of combinations, there is an argument to back him, right? But we can throw that all away now. Because all in all, whoever is doing the fusion with the join bug, which is the official name of the bug, it's not the fusion bug, it's the join bug. The bug must be shared with one other person and they both have to eat it. So if one person eats it and the other half is there, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, if one person eats a whole, I'm sure that doesn't work either. So the things that we don't know yet, we won't know until episode 20 or whenever they decide to fill us in, if they do shaft us, because, you know, Dragon Ball be doing that sometimes, okay? Let's be real. They do be giving us stuff and sometimes explaining it at a later time or whatever, right? We don't know the time limit of the fusion, okay?
Yeah.
We don't know how strong in scale this fusion is in comparison to Patara and the Metamoran, all right? And we don't know if this fusion will make the new fused person take on some types of bug features, okay? And I have to mention that because in the picture, there is like the bugs. It's a literal bug, right? And it has like these little beady eyes and shit. So it's just like, I'm actually very curious if whoever fuses, they're gonna take on some like bug fucking features.
That'd be weird as fuck.
I'm just wondering. I'm just fucking wondering. So, but yeah, so that was my whole fusion bug spiel. So if there's any folks out there that are listening to this that were really set on predicting like a 3-person fusion, it's not gonna happen. It's especially not with like how what do you call that? Especially not how with what's going on anyway. You know, like with the bug, the join bug. It's like, you know, like it's not happening that way. Okay, so Neo the One, he says, what if Super Saiyan 4 Goku uses Dragon Fist against Goma? Okay, now that right there, that is something that I know a lot of people want, including us.
It's one of them.
If you guys missed out on the main episode that we did, episode 182 that dropped on Saturday, this guy had a whole scenario. he wants this fucking Goma. He wants to see his head explode.
Demolished.
Yeah.
Disintegrated.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. So here's another one. So if you cut the bug into 3 pieces, it would make sense for a 3-way fusion. Sounds unique and legit. Yeah. So based on the rules that the shopkeeper pointed out, like I had just mentioned, I mean, she says that you have to split it. She says you have to split it in half, and it has to be between 2 people. So theoretically, I guess you can say or wonder, has anyone tried splitting it in 3 ways and seeing if it works like that? And I don't know. And maybe she doesn't know.
I doubt it, bro.
I doubt it too, to be completely honest.
But there's no history of anybody using it in the demon realm. They just have it for show.
Yeah, and so then Joey says right here, maybe they'll get some demon features. Well, yeah, so if it's like, I would hope for demon over a bug feature, because, you know, no offense to bugs, but it's just like, I'm not trying to have my freaking fusion looking like a fucking metapod. You know what I'm saying? Like I like demonic features, cool. Like if the fusion get like some horns or maybe some sharp teeth or something, I don't know, maybe, but I got no idea. So yeah, so there goes Chris right here. That ruins my comedic theory. So all right, so I'm glad Chris is here finally, because I was waiting to say this. So the original theory that Chris had that I wanted to talk to you guys here on the show is actually something that I'm sure a lot of people would like. Okay, now let me say what it is first. So if we were to already believe that the fusion bug, the join bug, was between 3 people, then that means that, or Chris was theorizing that it would be between Ku, Du, and Arinsu, and this fusion would then create some character that would look similar to Android 21, but green instead of pink. Which, when I first heard that, I told you immediately. I was like, oh, that actually could be kind of fire. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not going to be Android 21.
No, obviously it's not.
Android 21 has Android.
Yeah.
With Boo.
Yeah, Android 21 in the game is a Majin and an Android. I don't know how it worked out in the game. I never beat fighters on the story mode, so I never knew.
It's a dope combination.
No, it is. It is. Don't get me wrong.
But
it really is.
This one would be like Glenn and Boo. Or something like that. Or Glenn and Majin or some shit.
It would
right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it would be between Glenn and Majin, so it would be like it would be a dope transformation or a fusion either way.
That's not I really doubt that's happening, cuz nobody on this earth wants Arinsu and Du and Ku to fuse to be the ones to defeat Goma, bro. Like if we're gonna like,
what's up, Junior?
There's a final episode. Nobody wants to see that shit at this point. Like if we're gonna be like really true with the show.
Yes.
And how much time is left.
Yes.
And realistic.
Yes.
That is not happening. Anything at this point is gonna be surrounded by Goku and Vegeta. Pretty much.
Well,
and the possibility of them fusing, or at least us getting, you know, Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4 at the least. That's what I feel like that's what everybody's just hoping for at this point. And then whatever happens after that happens.
My priority is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Okay, I'm gonna ding that right now. And second, they have to fuse. I don't care if it's with the bug or not.
honestly, I'm just cool with Vegeta getting his shine at Super Saiyan 4, and then even if they don't fuse, they can at least do some team up fucking huge ki blast or some shit like that.
Sure.
Like together to finish it off.
Sure.
Like on some like father son Kamehameha shit, but it's not gonna be father son. It's gonna be just the duo of Goku Vegeta using their main signature moves, like Goku's Kamehameha plus Vegeta's Final Flash or some shit. And so final, yeah.
Yeah, I would love
That'd
to
be
see
kinda
that.
cool.
Kronos, I see you in the chat. What's up, buddy? So yeah, look, Kronos right here. Unless the final episode is an hour long, I don't think it's happening at all. So and I can tell you guys right now, this is unfortunate news. It's a straight episode. It's not going to be any longer or shorter. It's going to be treated as a regular episode. So there's not going to be any sort of additional time added because it is the finale, unfortunately. And I don't know why the first episode got more time than like the last one. I really wish that they would treat the first and last episode with the same kind of love, because, you know, of course, when you start a new show or even a new season of something, the first episode is usually what sets the tone, the groundwork, you know, like what you can expect out of it, kind of like it's a setup. So therefore, they need more time. So that's why sometimes you'll see a lot of episode ones starting off and it has more time than the rest of the episodes. However, there are a lot of other shows that, yo, shout out to Ant-Man with the super chat. I appreciate it. We'll get to you in a second. Let me just finish my thought. Like, I want to say that there's other shows that have like their finales. For example, Stranger Things. I don't think you've ever seen it, but it's very good and I feel like you'd like it. Stranger Things, bro, their finales are like 2 hours long. They're basically making fucking movies per episode. And they're fire. Like they make content where you are drawn in. Time does not matter at that point. I guarantee you, if they were to ever actually man up and start giving us this fucking content that Dragon Ball deserves, nobody will complain. Like, oh, here's a 10-episode season of whatever. The first episode is about to be 40 minutes. Who's going to say shit? And then all the other ones are like 30. Fine. But then the finale is an hour. That's the kind of shit I'm sure.
They did that with Demon Slayer.
But there you go.
Fire.
There you go.
That shit left everybody fucking.
And it's a Shueisha problem. It's a Shueisha problem because ultimately they're the ones that are making the lack thereof of decisions going forward and how they're treating Dragon Ball. Like, I really wish, after seeing how they've mismanaged and mishandled Dragon Ball as a whole, I wish someone else had the rights. Because, like, we want more stuff. We want to see more shit at a more regular rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got one chapter this year. 104. But it was not something that anybody wanted, right? It was a prequel. And Daima's literally about to end. After this, now we can go watch the dub for another few fucking weeks or however many months. Because, and guess what episode they're at in English version? 7.
That's crazy.
That's like, guys,
That's
tell me if you had a brain, which I'm sure we all do, would you not have batch dropped the English episodes so that where they're 1-to-1, at least a week behind?
Yeah.
You know,
That
like,
is crazy.
what the fuck, man? That's crazy. Anyways, let me get to Ant-Man super chat. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here it is, right here. Boom. Okay, shouts to Ant-Man, Thriving Ozaru, of course. We may get Tournament of Power montage for the second half, like we got on Super's last episode. Hell no, no way. They're not doing that. Wait, are you talking about for Daima?
He's talking about Daima.
Like episode 20, you think that they're gonna montage this? What? No way. No way. No way. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Think about it. Okay, what Ant-Man is suggesting is that they're gonna defeat Goma. And then for the fucking second half of the episode, after everything's resolved, they're just gonna show a montage of Super. Hell no.
Oh, a montage of
Yeah,
Super?
like you know how like an episode
like to get us to like skip ahead.
I guess so. To give the audience
Like,
like a feel of, oh, this is where we're
this is
currently
where
at in the
we're
story.
currently at.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Hell no.
Absolutely the fuck not. They can't do that.
I doubt it.
You know how many people would be pissed off? They'd be like, "You really mean to tell me you wasted half of an episode with that is time. That is, oh my god, I
They
would lose
don't
my
even
shit."
need that much time to show us that
No.
shit. They
No.
could literally, if they really want to do some shit like that, they could dedicate maybe like up to 2 minutes, maybe 3 or some shit like that, just to say, oh, here's the time skip, and these are the accomplishments that they did. Like, that's it.
I'm telling you right now, I don't.
I doubt it, though.
Hancho says it right there. It would in a way ruin Daima's credibility, and it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it either. I think it would be one of those things where it's just like, we got all these things, right? We got all these things to look forward to getting answered. Now, also, I'll add on top of, especially when it comes to getting answers, Geekdom's already putting it out there that we are gonna get left with unanswered things.
That's not surprising. There's not enough time in the episode to get everything answered, so you could.
Which makes sense, but that makes me so worried, because that means that there's gonna be certain things that we're not gonna see or get answers for. Like, and one of the big ones is what happens with Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
Would give a fuck about.
Like, that is literally what I'm talking about. Like,
Like, I feel like that's the one explanation that I would personally want to know.
Yeah.
Like, what did Neba actually do? You know?
yeah.
Like, if that doesn't get answered, I'll be kind of upset.
Yeah, so there's actually I know that by the time this is out, tomorrow, Monday, Geekdom said that he's actually putting out a video from what, we kind of started the whole conversation of Super Saiyan 5. He jumped right on that. He's like, "Me, I'm making a video about that." I'm like, okay. But he's doing a video explaining how he thinks what we started saying will work between Super Saiyan 4 and Ultra Instinct, using it to, like, in combination with each other. So I'm interested to seeing what he's gonna flesh out in his video and say, because all that's gonna do is help like the theory that we started, because, like, I'm just glad again that when I said it, I didn't get flamed. A lot of people actually was like, "Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 5." So, like,
I mean, I don't know. Doesn't Ultra Instinct, doesn't it have like the Ozaru in it, low key? Like, cause
he just had the roar.
the roar.
Yeah, because the thing is, and I've noticed this with a lot of, like, especially on the first go, whenever, like, Goku, let's be real, not Saiyans.
Gets upgraded.
Well, no. I will say Saiyans, because I feel like, you could say the same thing for Gohan, low key. But, like, every time they are about to unlock something
They
new,
lose a little control.
they let it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're digging deep. And what's deep within them is that fucking monkey shit. It's that Ozaru. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying.
They gotta let loose.
Yeah, dude, the show is legendary, and it needs to end with a bang, like 100%. Like, oh, here we go. Hold on. So, not gonna lie, I fully was expecting Uch to get utterly destroyed for that Super Saiyan 5 tier, and that's what that is what I literally was like. You know what? I'm gonna stay on brand. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it real, and I'm gonna say it with my chest. And I was very pleased to even. I thought it wasn't just gonna be the chat. I thought Geekdom was gonna flame me right then and there. Like, Dan's about to be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, but no. But as soon as to my surprise, everyone was like, "Oh wait, yeah, no, what?"
I'm telling you, as long as you have some type of logic, and
Right.
you're realistic about the opportunity at hand, you're not gonna get flamed.
Yeah, I definitely, like, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna definitely make my own video.
The niggas that just say shit. That
Well,
get
no,
flamed.
yeah. Like whenever people question canon and this and that, or, like, honestly, at this point, the way I see it, and this is no disrespect to anybody that may be like this, but here's the thing: there's a lot to be learned when it comes to Dragon Ball, and there's a lot of truths, I should say, that I feel like there's a lot of people out there that may not realize how things are. Okay? And like, I love doing what we're doing because we're having our normal conversations like in front of people and in front of other fans that are also, you know, they love Dragon Ball. Because that's the thing. At the end of the day, we all love this shit. But even though we all love it, it doesn't necessarily mean that we all are fully understanding of like the situation at hand. Like, there are those that are constantly using canon this, canon that. What's canon? What's not canon? Like, and then there's people that are even trying to like connect dots, and based on what they like, that's canon to them. And then they try to, you know, and because they don't like other things, it's like, oh, that's not canon, but this is. It's a lot of toxicity. And all we're trying to do is like, listen, I just want to enlighten y'all. Enlighten, educate, entertain, because that's my whole mantra. It's been like that ever since we started doing the reactions way back and during Super. And speaking of Super, bro, Super has 3 separate continuities.
Mm-hmm.
There's the anime, the manga, and then the movies.
Yeah.
So it like there is after Z, it gets messy, and that's the reality. That the faster you connect with that, I think you can then just either live to accept it and move on and just enjoy this shit. Because listen, like, I'm at the point in my life where I don't even care. Like, pretty soon I'm gonna be watching Dragon Ball Heroes on my stream. I'm gonna be going back and watching all the old movies because it's been a long time. Why? Because it's Dragon Ball. And like, there's shit that's hype no matter what. Like, dude, here's the another fact. When Super Saiyan 4 Daima happened and he got the red and people were trying to make the connections like, oh, like, what if this is like Super Saiyan God? That's fine. People can make that connection if they want. But you know what other people were saying? Like my boy Chris, he's like, he said Heroes did it first. Because what Heroes did is they had Super Saiyan 4 Limit Break. It had a little tint to it that almost kind of looks like that. And then apparently, and I didn't know this, but did you know that in Heroes, they did Cell Max before Cell Max? It's called Cell X.
Did he actually like talk?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know. Whenever we get to watching it on stream, I'll find out. But that's the thing. It's just like there's a lot of things that get borrowed from within itself. And I personally feel like Dragon Ball has gotten to a point where the people that are in charge, they need to understand that it is way bigger than what they are making it seem, and they should capitalize on that and take advantage of the fact that there's so many different ways to enjoy this franchise that if they don't even care about continuity like we as fans do, then just fucking make a true multiverse like Marvel. It is something that we've talked about before, and it has to be said again, because it's just like, you got, like, once Daima's done and there's no manga chapters, guess what we're all going back to? People are gonna start debating over shit that doesn't matter and looking at fan-made shit. And to be completely honest, I wanna say a new homie. Dude's name is Griffin. Dude, his art looks exactly like Toriyama's. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up what he posted in my Discord. Okay? I'm gonna show you. He put in the fan art channel. For those that want to join, there should be a link in the description. Okay? Now this is obviously a fake scenario, but look how perfect that shit is. Look how perfect that shit is. He made an entire panel about how Kid Buu got the idea to bang his fucking chest. And I was just like, dude, what?
That's kind of cool.
And that's a fan, bro. That's a fan. Like when they got people that understand Dragon Ball like that, these are the people that we need in these fucking power positions. Or at least not power, but like, you know, like they have hands on. Like, it's just so upsetting. But all right, let's get back to you guys in the chat. Chronos, first thing to learn about Dragon Ball, they don't care about what is the opinion outside of Japan, and that's very true. Unfortunately, that's a trend that is still with the people that are with Shueisha and Toei, unfortunately, because unless you're a Kiyoyoku who's doing his market research and he looks at what everyone really likes and responds with, then it's like we make his job easy. I wish I had a Yoku's position. I wish, because we would have been had Cooler, would have been had Janemba, like just to get out the fucking way, and we would have been past End of Z already. Legit. I would have already set up. First of all, I wouldn't have not even just done that. I would have literally been like, I would have called Nasir, been like, it's time. It's time. I would have asked him how much. And then he'll be like, how much what? I'm like, your budget. How much you need to get it done? To get what done? You already know. Legend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all that shit. Because that shit right there, that is what'll, like, see, people forget this. Dragon Ball is the king. Dragon Ball's the king of shonen. The king. Understand? Let me say it again. The king. It's like, look at all the shit that comes out now. Solo leveling. I mean, look at his smile. Look at his smile, right there. Look at that.
Peak, bro.
Why? And let me ask you a question. Why is it peak?
I mean, so many reasons, honestly.
Okay, but go ahead. Name some.
The art.
Okay.
Animation.
Okay.
Story.
Okay.
Character development.
Oh, so what's good with his character development?
Yeah, he's like unrecognizable from the beginning to where we are now.
And
Like,
why is that?
Transformed.
Keyword: his transformation.
Transformation as a character overall.
He is broken. He is constantly powering up. He's just. People love that shit. Naruto has transformations. One Piece got transformations. Bleach got transformations. Fucking Demon Slayer, they got some kind of transformation. My Hero, they got.
Demon Slayer.
But you know where it started? Dragon Ball. So whenever like people say, some people say like they're transformation fatigued. No.
No such thing. Those ain't real fans.
No. Like, listen. But the thing is, a lot of times, people don't realize this. I feel like a lot of Dragon Ball fans especially, I feel like they don't realize that they measure how much they add value to a show based on what cool shit happens. But it's like, as a consumer, it's like you like what you like, right? And like Dragon Ball has been gone for so long, and then when it came back, of course they were gonna bring a new form. And then what? It's like, well, how do we top this? All right, give him another one. How do we top that? All right, well, it wasn't like they immediately gave it Ultra Instinct. Because it's like you went from God to Blue pretty quick within like a year span, give or take, year and a half or so. And then like Super Anime comes out. We see it again. But then it's like all the way from what? Resurrection. So the Frieza part, and then they go to Universe 6 tournament. During that part, he stacks Kaioken. That was like a hype, but like,
Something.
But then that buffer, it goes from that all the way to Tournament of Power. There was no new transformation until, Ultra Instinct happens and then blah, 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 blah. And now even in the manga, they keep elaborating more and more and more on that shit. So it's like, and then in between all that, they gave us Broly. And then Broly had his fuck. So it's like, we are in a time period where there has to be something, because I guarantee you, if they were to ever give us a Dragon Ball series and they didn't have some new power-up, people wouldn't like it as much. And they're not going to say that now, but if it happens, you're going to hear that. People are going to be like, oh, like it was all right.
Bro, if we're going to get like Super Saiyan 5, it would happen against Frieza. Black Frieza. That's like, because that's the only thing I could see.
Dude,
like,
I'm saying.
Because why, like, nah. Yeah. That's the only thing I could, see.
All right, so here, look, shout out to Godson. Y'all really believe we getting a Super Saiyan 5? Y'all crazy. So, I will say this. Again, we're not getting it anytime soon.
Nah.
But it's going to happen.
It could happen.
Just
It'll happen.
just like I'll put it to you like guys like this. If Dragon Ball remains to continue its main continuity, its main story, I'll say, and if Toyotaro is still in charge, he's still writing the... Like, here's the thing. Toriyama gave him scripts. He gave him manuscripts. And then Toyotaro basically brought it to life. But then Toriyama had the power to make any changes if he wanted to. Okay? But Toyotaro has had years of experience working for the official Dragon Ball. And now he doesn't have Toriyama here overseeing him. All it is now, it's him, it's Shueisha, and it's Ioku, and any other people that are up in there in power that have any sort of influence. But if they're gonna give him the rock, it's on him what he wants to do, based on whatever directions that they collectively as a team might want to go. And as a guy who came from a history of working on his own fan-made work, and guess what? That led him to a job with the official shit. You don't think that now that he has the power, he might slip in some of his own shit in there? I mean, who like that? It would be silly to think he wouldn't. But Super Saiyan 5 again. Oh, I also want to say this: Super Saiyan 5 is not his creation either, but he included Super Saiyan 5 in his Dragon Ball AF. It's not a Toyotaro original concept. That's what's his name? Tablos, Mexican, fellow Hispanic. Hispanics run Dragon Ball, bro. I'm telling you. But yes, Super Saiyan 5 will happen at some point, one way or another. Let's see. You know what? We don't need a new series. Just remaster the entire series with the animation of the last episode. Oh shit, that's a big ask. But hey, that's the quality that we're at now. When like that's the quality that's I think required and necessary going
100%.
forward.
You see all this other shit we got? Solo leveling animations, fire.
Mhm.
Demon Slayer, when that comes back, fire. Bleach is fire.
It needs time though
What needs time?
to animate all this shit.
Of course, but if all these other niggas can do it, Dragon Ball can do it. Fuck, they ain't got no excuses.
They got excuses because there's only but so many animators out there.
Don't care. Priorities.
This guy thinks that.
These motherfuckers can make sketches in 60 seconds. I don't want to.
Shut up. Hanjo says Neva is the reason Goku has Super Saiyan 4. So doesn't that mean Neva would have to evolve in some way in order to create Super Saiyan 5? No. And the reason why he wouldn't need to continue to elaborate on that for Goku is because it's already been seen based off episode 19. Goku can do it, at least in Demon Realm, by himself without any kind of help. Now, I'm going to say this to elaborate on this thought while we're here. And it's the idea that here's something that this is a Full Power Podcast exclusive, okay? I didn't get this idea from anywhere else. This is me, okay? I want to take a closer look at that scene in episode 18 when Goku is like going through that mutation with his DNA, okay? Because that's one way to look at it. The way to look at it is his demonic magic is now fusing with Goku's Saiyan DNA. However, what if that demonic magic, that demonic key, that whatever was already there, but all Neba really did was he dug deep and unlocked it with his magic. Like, he basically jump-started.
And he just had to find it.
Yes. Okay? So, I want you guys to hold that concept, that thought, and now apply it to Broly. Okay? I want to imagine a situation where they're obviously all still training and Broly's still trying to control himself. Yo, Marcus, thank you for that super chat. We'll get to you in a second. That they're training Broly and he but the thing is, right? Here's the key words that I want you guys to realize. Neba mutated Goku's DNA. That's the belief. Broly was born a mutant, a freak, unnatural. He's got so much power. Where'd it come from?
But he's a Saiyan.
Right. But I'm still in the belief right now that Saiyans are from the demon realm.
Yeah, sure.
So when you take all this lore and these ideas, it's like, holy shit, like we're about to get some full circle moments right now. Because if it ends up being like, man, I want to see, like, I wonder if we can ever go back to that form. But then it's like they're training, and Broly does it. Because he's more intact with his inner ape. And the first step was Paragus already revealed that, yo, man's is in his great ape fucking power right now, but he has no tail. Yeah. I'm telling you, and I said this when we came out the movie, I was like, bro, what if he had his tail and he forced it without a moon? like that's the kind of outside the box thinking that I've been on for years. And when Daima's done, that's going to be something I'm going to cook up, and I'm going to have to do a whole video on that shit. Because I have, like I can see that shit happening. Like, and that would be so sick because they're not just gonna introduce Super Saiyan fucking 4 for a 3 episodes, to 18, 19, 20. They're not gonna just introduce it and leave it on the shelf. Mm-hmm. They said that they were gonna bring elements from Daima into future arcs. And that has to be one of those things. So, fuck out of here, bro. Anyways, Marcus Laurie, thank you for the super chat right here. He says, I think that we might get Oob now that Super Saiyan 4 is now canon and hopefully in Super. Again, Super Saiyan 4, it's not that it's canon. Super Saiyan 4, the transformation, inspired by the GT Super Saiyan 4, is now in the main continuity of Dragon Ball. There is nothing canon about it. What would have been canon is if they took GT Super Saiyan 4 and copy paste, and that was it. But it can't happen because that's just not how canon. That's not the proper way of using the word. But yes, what you meant was that now that Super Saiyan 4 is officially a part of the main story.
Yes.
Hopefully, we're gonna see that shit in Super, and yes. But yeah, Oob was getting, he was laid up already. He was in the manga. He was part of the reason why they were able to defeat Moro.
Yeah.
People, that shit still gets me, to be honest. Okay, but I'll say this. That shot actually didn't show DNA, even though it looked similar. It was just his veins. Yeah, it was his veins, and it like had all those little dots and shit on there. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta take a closer look because it's like, we don't know exactly what Neba did up until he explains it. All that we can assume is based on what we can depict from those moments that happened.
Yeah.
Saiyan Man X, Saiyan X Man. Yeah, the biggest crossover between Marvel and fucking Dragon Ball. Yeah, he fueled him with demon energy. Like if you were to take my theory and like apply the jumpstart idea, you know, we'll see. Because that's the one thing I hope that we get out of episode 20 is that Neba confirms that Saiyans were from the demon realm. That's been something that they've been teasing ever since episode 1. Do you think Whis or Shin will suggest Gohan and Broly will fuse?
No. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. Why we go to these lengths?
Dude, people just they just want to know. Really, they're asking a question. Do you think Whis or Shin will suggest Gohan and Broly will fuse since they know it works for Goku and Vegeta?
Really think about that shit. Why the fuck would Broly fuse with anybody? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Question's a question.
That's crazy.
Well, to answer your question, I don't think so. I don't think there's a purpose. Like right now, if we were to fast forward to where they're currently at right now, like think about why they fuse in the first place. They don't suggest fusion up until a point in the middle of a battle because they're on the ropes.
They're overwhelmed or something.
And they're overwhelmed, exactly. Like that's so like a character like Whis who's not supposed to be directly involved and give them like and be like, oh, like and hold their hand, even though like sometimes like those moments have happened. They've never been like, oh, you guys should just do fusion. That's not how it works. So, I think to like, I guess better structure that comment, I guess would be like, what if Gohan and Broly worked together to help Broly master his own unlimited power? Then, I could, something like that would probably be better off. So the only explanation to why the Super Saiyan transformation shifted from golden to red, because of the demonic magic? Is that what you're trying to say, Kronos? Because Daima, red energy? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so Junior says, since fusion bugs don't explain that both users have to match their power level, I could see Golden Super Saiyan 4. What do you think? Okay, that's a good question. I think it was you. Wait a minute. Was it you? When we're talking about Patara?
Well, I did mention Patara, but
So yes, so if the join bug works similar to Patara, because I don't think Patara you needed to be equal in power. The Metamoran you did,
yeah, you do.
but the Patara you just put the earrings on and boom. So I will also say this: if the join bug is similar to the Patara fusion, it makes me wonder, like, if that fusion would just have access to all the available forms that both of those characters had anyway. Because I think it was, I don't know if it was in the manga version of Super, but Vegito did Kaioken Blue.
Yeah.
And obviously Vegeta's never done Kaioken.
True.
So
that's a technique from Goku.
Yeah, exactly my point.
So
So I'm wondering, it's like, okay, well, obviously, if Vegeta doesn't get Super Saiyan 4, which would be fucking tragic in and of itself, like, will we see that character go Super Saiyan 3 and then 4? But I think because of merchandising and toys, and I feel like if this fusion comes and it is a Vegeta and Goku fusion, I hope that they start in base and they just go all the way up, so that way we get every single version, and it ain't just the base Super Saiyan or base 4 or 4. Because Gogeta in GT was just 4. Like, Gogeta in the Broly movie, that was the first time we got base Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue.
right.
So Chrono said, Uchi, also peep how Goku calls Super Saiyan 4 as a bonus. Yo, you like how I said online, if you guys saw it, I said, yo, shout out to Super Saiyan bonus. I called Super Saiyan 4 Super Saiyan bonus. That was stupid. Anyway, back in the superhero movie, the upgraded Shenron granted Piccolo a bonus too, which then thank you for the reminder. I was thinking about this shit today at work, because I was theory crafting all day. And I feel like this is going to sound crazy, okay? But there's a lot of people that are making predictions on whether or not Neva's going to survive by the end of Daima. Like, if he's going to stay alive or if he's going to die, okay? I personally would like to see him live because I love him as a character and what he's done and how strong he is. Like, that's OD. But in some series franchises, it's known to kill off the super OP characters for whatever reason. Right? But I thought about this. And I thought of, okay, what if Neba somehow, whether during his death or as he was passing on, he basically like became one with, like, say, Piccolo or Dende, right? And they don't even realize this, but they now have the power to what he can do. And like the fact that Neba gave Goku that jump start to activate his Super Saiyan 4, like he basically just transformed him for him. And then obviously, yes, like the key word Goku said, and a bonus. You go back to superhero like Kronos brought up, and I thought of this literally today. That's so funny. And when Piccolo makes the wish to Shenron's like, oh yeah, I gave you a bonus too. I think that shit is crazy. But imagine, now here's where my theory comes in. Imagine the bonus wasn't Orange Piccolo. Imagine if Piccolo has another fucking, and it's Red Piccolo. Come on, son. Yo, imagine that shit. That would be crazy. And like, and I had this situation in my head where it's like, they're, of course, whatever the fuck is happening in the arc, they're all fighting, and Piccolo's like on the ropes, and then he hears Neba in his head, and he's like, Piccolo-san. And it's like, and then like they have like that, you know how like Naruto talks to Kyuubi, like to Kurama inside? Like they have that moment where they're like talking to each other, like on the inside, and then Neba's like he does like a little tap or something, and then boom, Demon fucking Piccolo, and he's red. That would be crazy. I'm sure no one would see that shit coming. But that would be the true bonus that Shenron gave him. That'd be kind of fucking sick. Okay. Let's see. All right, last few things, because we're overtime. I gave you some more. I gave you guys more time because we started a little bit later anyway. All right, I'm gonna rush through these real quick. So last call for super chats if there are any left out there. So rapid fire, Brandon. What if Goku actually shares his power to Vegeta and he gets Super Saiyan 4, letting Nasir know we saw your epic work?
That would be cool.
Demon, I think that's the greatest fucking suggestion you've ever made. I honestly would love to see that. Bro, if he fucking puts his hand on Vegeta and he, oh my,
like transfer some energy.
and he goes that way?
That would be kind of dope.
Listen, they don't, at that point, no fusion necessary. Because that's how, dude, that would literally break the fucking internet and people would make all the connections to it. I would personally tell them, I'd be like, bro, have you been watching Daima? Because they're watching you. Like, straight up. That would be, oh my God. I don't want nothing else. I don't want a Vegeta. I don't want a new fusion. I want nothing. I want to see that. That'd be fire. Okay. I think they meant the equal power thing and probably meant for high transformation while fused. Okay, yeah. Okay, the cutscene at the end of Daima episode 19 with Goku, was that Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru? I think so.
Talking about the art?
The animators. Yeah. I am very bad with animator names,
Yeah,
but I think it is Nakatsuru. Anyway. Big Bang Kamehameha or Final Kamehameha for the finale?
Well, it would be Big Bang at this point.
Okay,
Like,
there it is.
Assuming they do the team up, the duo.
Let's see. I would love that for Piccolo. Exactly. Let's fucking see it happen. Okay, do you think Monaito could be a relative to Neva? Monaito, for those that forgot, and I actually forgot his name up until just now. So thank you for saying that. Monaito is the Namekian that was in the, I think it was the Granola arc in the manga. And I forget what planet they were on, but he was the creator and founder of they had 2 Dragon Balls for that planet. So he says, do you think Monaito could be a relative to Neva, considering the Cerulean Dragon grants powers beyond Goku's Ultra Instinct? I thought as Namekians they were all related somehow. Or am I just confused? I'm confusing that with the Glins. The Glins are all fucking related. I mean, it would be cool. I don't think that would hurt or harm anything if Monaito ended up being like related to Neva. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, Chrono said, oh, also Super Saiyan 4 got big hands. Guess what? Orange Piccolo got big hands. I don't know if that, I think it's just Piccolo just because Piccolo's that dude. But yes, Orange Piccolo did look more demonic too. So those eyes and everything. I mean, hey, we're onto something here. You heard it here first. Heard it here first. Full Power Podcast exclusive. Pineapple showing up right at the end. So, all right, guys. That, I think, is going to be it. Last call for super chats, but here we go. We are here, and this is the time where you are going to show off the Poggers, because we got to shout out the affiliate sponsor. We got Poggers right here, guys. Shout out to Poggers. Link in the description. If you guys want to stay hydrated, if you want to stay energized, and if you need something to help you with your sleep, these products are the real deal. I'm drinking some right here. Look at it. And it tastes good. Makes me feel good. and it's great. So check them out. No artificial colors, no added sugars, and I'm pretty sure there's no caffeine in there either. So, but anyways, guys, that's going to be it for us tonight. If there are any other predictions that you may have going into Friday, make sure to leave the comments in the either the reaction that we did for episode 19, or feel free to drop them in the latest podcast episode of ours on this channel from episode 182. Or you can just join the Discord, or you just become a Thriving Lazaro. Let us know. Send your messages, send your whatevers, and if there's any crazy ones, I might read one or two before we start reacting on Friday. By the way, you work on Friday, right?
Yeah.
What time you get out?
Let me see. I got my schedule.
You got any PTO?
I got PTO. I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
I mean, you know, that'd be fire. Cause then we could react to that shit right as the thing came out. But
28. I get out at 4:15 on Friday.
okay, all right.
So that, we'll see. We'll see,
Yo,
we'll see.
look, Chris said right there, I'm gonna need Brother Ooch to call out. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will definitely see. You'll know if
We upload early.
yeah, exactly. If the upload is out a lot sooner than normal, then you'll know that he was able to call out, because I already have off. But yeah, guys, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be streaming on any of my channels tonight, but stay alert on any of the socials, on Twitter, on pretty much Twitter, and I guess maybe the community tab. And if you haven't already joined the Discord, definitely join the Discord. Become a Throwing of Ozar over on the Patreon page, and keep supporting. And make sure you guys are following the new Twitch channel as well. There's also a link in the description for the new Twitch channel, Uchi Reacts, where I've been reacting to things with you guys in chat. It's been a lot of fun. And what I have planned for this week is we're gonna watch Wrath of the Dragon.
Rudagon?
Fire. Haven't seen that shit. Thank you, Joey. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Fire.
And the reason why I want to watch it, because notice I've been pulling up episodes that connect with what's going on in Daima. So I've been pulling up the Super Saiyan 4 episodes from GT, and we watched Goku's Super Saiyan 4, we watched Vegeta's, and we saw Gogeta. So we watched like 3 episodes in total. And so because people want to see that Dragon Fist, I figure, hey, let's go fucking watch Wrath of the Dragon. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we're gonna do that tonight. But if you guys do see me on stream, we're probably gonna play some Sparky Zero or something, because I still gotta go through all them story modes and shit like that. I've been playing it again. Still fun. Very fun. Yeah. But anyways, guys, take it easy. Take care of yourselves. May the power protect, keep it locked loaded right here. Make sure you're checking all the links in the descriptions, the Poggers, the Patreon, the Twitch reactions. And we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.